But the hard reality, if you want to talk about the establishment or the swamp, members of Congress in both parties are funded by some of the very interests that you're trying to dial back on. It kind of makes the equation a little bit harder.
Well, it doesn't matter because I'm doing what has to be done, and I'm getting the support, and I'm doing executive orders, but those, when you say codified, we're trying to get them codified so that they'll be there forever, so that at the end of a term, if for some reason somebody else gets in that has an opposing view, this is the right view. We have to have borders. We have to have honest elections, fair and honest elections, and we're doing things that even on that front, we're moving forward on some very serious things. One of the things that's very important that we're doing, 50% of the Department of Education. Now, that's a great thing, and it's going to be higher than that. These are people that weren't showing up to work, they weren't doing their jobs, or they weren't good at their jobs. But more importantly, we want the states to handle education. If you go to Iowa, if you go to Florida, if you go to certain states, if you go to Indiana, I would say 40 out of the 50 states will do a fantastic job. 5 will be okay, and 5 will not be so good, but we'll help them and we'll make them good one way or the other. We'll make them good. We don't want to run education through D.C. anymore. I want education to be going. I think Linda McMahon is going to do a great job. I think she's going to do a fantastic job. But her job is an interesting job because she's trying to put herself out of a job. She wants to, and I want to get education back so that the states will run education. They can run it at a much more precise level. It won't be such a big, monstrous situation. We run it locally. The parents will be running it. The school boards are going to be given back their power.
Will the federal department shut down entirely?
I hope so. I mean, I expect it will. You'll have a few people left just to make sure they're teaching English. You say reading, writing, and arithmetic, right? In the old days, reading, writing, arithmetic. They want to teach English, and other language is great, but English is our language, and they want to make sure, because you never know, somebody goes haywire. But basically, it's going to be shut down entirely. That's what we want. And we want education to go back to the states. They're going to run it great. The parents are going to be running it. The school boards are going to be given power to run it. And these are school boards where the parents are on those school boards.
Shortly before the election, reading the room, I actually published that I thought it was likely you would win the electoral vote, the swing state vote, and the popular vote. Do you have a moment that night where you said to somebody, and could you tell us about it if so, wow, like this is going to be a clean sweep?
Yeah, I was with Dana White, the great Dana White. He's a fantastic guy, UFC, and we're friends, and we were watching it, and we weren't exactly sure because the votes looked like they were not what they should have been, and I believe there was cheating in that election too. But then all of a sudden it just broke. It was too big to rig. They couldn't stop it. They tried, but they couldn't stop it. Too big to rig. And it started, I looked at the extent of, a lot of people thought I was going to win, but they didn't know I was going to win by that much. We won all 7 swing states by a lot. We won by millions of votes, the popular vote, which is always harder for a Republican. And some of the numbers, like we did very well with women, we did phenomenal with Hispanics. A black male population was incredible. The whole thing was, we were getting numbers that were so good. And it was very nice, to see it was very nice. I worked very hard. I took a big risk by running, a big risk, bigger than anyone would understand. I had false prosecutions. I had very crooked courts. I had very crooked judges. And people got it. They really understood it.